My Vision of Hell, Sept 18, 2016 by Prophet Musi. Please subscribe to this channel, for faith without action is dead. In the early parts of the morning around 4 a.m., the Lord took me out of my body and I was taken to a place. A soul passes on to eternity. I saw myself appearing in a hospital. I saw a person I knew. He was in critical condition. I saw how doctors were working on him all the time. He would get into unconsciousness and he would come back. This person, I knew him as a Christian. Suddenly I saw his soul leaving his body. The first thing that shocked him was the reality of the afterlife and the spirit realm, for he still saw clearly, heard and was infant more alive. His spiritual body had a form similar to his physically body. You could still recognize him in the spirit world as you would in the natural. He looked up. He saw the moon, clear, real and bright as it would have been in the natural. Then a big letter, W, was written on the side of the moon. Then it began to become dim and dimmer. It is like someone just turned off the light. The road to hell. I saw he was taken onto a road. As he traveled on the road, it began to change from being like twilight to become grossly dark. As it became that dark, as for me, my eyes could still penetrate the darkness and see. The road was a descent kind of road. As he walked, he saw the darkness and he thought about the kind of things awaiting him at the end of the road. He wanted to stop walking, but for some reason he couldn't stop himself. I heard him scream, "I can't stop, I can't stop." Then the vision voice said to me, "This road is only one way. No one gets in it and turns back." I saw that, it was like a force was pulling the man like magnet, he couldn't help himself. The young man screamed and screamed, yet nothing changed. He couldn't turn to the sides, neither could he turn back. The gate of hell. He walked until he reached the very gate of hell. The large gate opened up and there were around 4 demons that awaited him. As he appeared at the gate, immediately the demons took him inside. The landscape of hell. What I saw is this. The ground of hell had so many rough stones and there was no sign of life. There were not anything living, no tree, no green thing whatsoever. As the person appears at the gate, when it opens up, before your eyes, its lifelessness, you could see the farthest parts of hell. As far as the eye can see, there is no life, no water, only dryness and barrenness of land. The ground looks like the worst kind of desert, forsaken and cursed land. As the demons were taking him, I saw they passed what seemed like large rocks, dark caves and pits. The skyline looked gloomy and very dark, so disturbing and terrible. There is just no way to describe it. Unbelievable fear. As the soul was escorted by 4 big demons into deeper parts of hell, I could for a moment experience his emotions. The outstanding emotion was fear. That fear, there is no fear that can be compared to it on the earth. I felt like it was the worst kind of fear. The environment lurked danger and produced so much fear and terror in the souls that came to hell. Also I felt he feared what was about to happen to him. Spiritual senses. I saw that his senses were so magnified and enhanced, he knew some things without even being told. When he screamed, I could hear his words. He was aware of where he was, where they were taking him. He was so alive, he saw, he heard and he felt much better than he would in the natural. It felt like your spiritual senses are 1,000 times magnified. Why he went to hell. The vision voice explained to me that he went to hell even though he called himself a Christian. The first reason, it was secret sin that no man knew. He never overcame his sexual sin, but kept it hidden. The second thing was ungodly music, music that was inspired by the demons and worldly. As he began to listen to this, his spirit became weakened, therefore his desire to do the will of God lessened. He became lukewarm, his flesh was empowered and he never sought real intimacy with the Lord and to do his will. He lived for himself and the devil. This young man knew these sins were the reason he went to hell. He was so conscious of his unrepentant sins, he knew exactly what he did. He had acute memory. Rock and roll music in hell. As they walked in hell, they came to a place where there was a huge rock, flat and seemed to be make stage. There was darkness and fires around. On the stage appeared demons. These spirits had sort of instruments that looked or took shape of large guitars. They began to play. As they did, I heard large sound, like someone turned on a sound system full blast. As the demons played and sang, I recognized this to be rock music that is sang on the earth. As they sang, more and more demons joined in. The sounds were awful, evil, and I felt more demonic presence around there. As this is going on, the rock musicians and rock listeners in hell would be more tormented, their torments multiplies. I then discovered there are music that are inspired by evil spirits and come directly from hell. When people play this music in the houses, it brings up demonic bondage and the house turns into like a demonic party, where all kinds of filth spirits come to play and rock. After this, they passed an area. I saw a large deep pit. The pit was so huge, there was dense darkness and fire in it. There were souls of men and women who were screaming right from the pit, in agony and torments. The souls and demons in hell. The vision voice spoke and said, "Look at these souls." Suddenly I was in a place that was large, huge arena. As far as the eye could see, was thousands upon thousands of souls that died on the earth. Both man and women. The way they appeared, their faces showed great pain, agony and hopelessness. They were tormented with all kinds of methods. In the midst of the souls, there were multitudes of demons and evil spirits. You could easily distinguish the demons from the souls. Most of the demons seemed very large, black, scaly, they were so evil and hideous. Some had human and animal features, some were deformed, mismatched, their appearance produced in you, nauseated feeling. Every soul had a number of demons around it, tormenting them with sharp tools and instruments, some like spears, swords, etc. Everyone was tormented for their own sins. A murderer would be tormented by demons of murder. They will be trying to kill the person but he isn't dying but experiencing endless circle of torment. A drunkard would be tormented by evil spirits of drunkenness. He would be made to drink what looks like liquid fire, boiling fire. He would be forced to drink. The soul will scream in pain, begging the demons to stop, but nothing would change. These are some of the torments of hell. The area was just traffic of spirits. His end. I saw the 4 demons throw the soul of the young man into the arena. Then as he is on the floor, several demons appeared, took him to his allotted place of torment. When he saw this, he screamed in much fear and terror of his soul, but it is then too late. Last message. Hell is a real place. Surrender your life fully to Christ, live for Him in obedience and absolute holiness, go to church, stay ready for the rapture and win souls. Coordinating scriptures. Deuteronomy 32:22. For a fire is kindled in mine anger, and shall burn unto the lowest hell, and shall consume the earth with her increase, and set on fire the foundations of the mountains. Psalms 55:15. Let death seize upon them, and let them go down quick into hell, for wickedness is in their dwellings, and among them. Proverb 15:24. The way of life is above to the wise, that he may depart from hell beneath. Isaiah 5:14. Therefore hell hath enlarged herself, and opened her mouth without measure, and their glory, and their multitude, and their pomp, and he that rejoiceth, shall descend into it. Mark 9:43. And if thy hand offend thee, cut it off. It is better for thee to enter into life maimed, than having 2 hands to go into hell, into the fire that never shall be quenched. 44. Where their worm dieth not, and the fire is not quenched. 45. And if thy foot offend thee, cut it off. It is better for thee to enter halt into life, than having 2 feet to be cast into hell, into the fire that never shall be quenched. James 5:20. Let him know, that he which converteth the sinner from the error of his ways shall save a soul from death, and shall hide a multitude of sins. 1 Peter 4:18. And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? Isa 55:7. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our God, for he will abundantly pardon. My Vision of Hell, Sept 18, 2016 by Prophet Musi. Please subscribe to this channel, for faith without action is dead. In the early parts of the morning around 4 a.m.